Okay, here we go. This is going to be kind of a tough one to record. This one here was, I wanted to go a little more deeper with my dioramas. This originally was going to be Predator killing Batman, putting his fist up into his chest over top of this hole, this graveyard with the hole open. And after back and forth using different Batmans, I wasn't happy. Kind of heavy. The McFarlane 7-inch line are kind of more heavier than the Predator NECA line. I would have to do a whole bunch of support things to keep them up in there. But as soon as I seen the Hush figure with this Spawn, this variant Spawn, the blue and gray, I thought it was perfect. With the Hush head sculpt. That wasn't the head sculpt. So this is the head sculpt the Spawn came with. Really good head sculpt. I'm going to use that for something else. Let me see. This here was the Batman I wanted to kill, with maybe a different head sculpt. I don't know. I really dislike this Batman. It's my most unfavorite Batman. I don't even like this Batman, so I was going to put a hole in his chest and have the Predator take his fist up through his chest and have him hangling, dangling over. But it was just too much. He's more, so it had been so much support things going on. So I kind of chickened out on that whole idea. I tried other Batmans. It just didn't seem to work out. Didn't really go the way I wanted to go. It just didn't feel right. I'll show you the whole diorama here in a minute. But let's start with the figures first. So there's no customization here except the head swapped. Only the head swapped. This is Spawn variant, the blue one. These guns are cheap. They're from Five Below out of a helicopter kit, believe it or not. I could not get the guns in time to set this diorama up because Big Bad Toy Store was sold out of them. Amazon was sold out of them. Everybody was sold out of them. So I found these guns in this $4.99 helicopter army set that had these guns, and I never switched them out. I did finally get my action gun pack, whatever you want to call them, that everybody uses for the scale. I used it for the Punisher that's coming up in one of my videos. But what I did was I just added chain to this and put some wire in the chain, as you can see, thin gauge wire. But this is a Spawn variant. I thought in my mind that that's the coolest looking head sculpt, if it ever focuses here. Probably not. There we go. There we go. That is cool looking. I even cut the chain that goes from the skull because that was plastic. I put real chain in. I left the chain around his waist because it was doable. It was passable in my opinion. But this is a ridiculously cool looking figure. I love the gray and blue and black. Guns are kind of not the best, but you know what? I'm fine with it, man. I mean, they're from Five Below. I looked everywhere. I went searching everywhere for a gun pack. Anyway, here we go. Down here, it says Hell. Hell on a tombstone. And he's held up through the center. You really can't see the wire when I have him on the shelf because it's a side angle. You can see a little bit, but it's a wire going all the way through the bottom of the tombstone, down to the bottom through this diorama, up through here, into the back of his diaper, so to speak, see? Up through the diaper. And then the chain I have down there, linked in down here in the corners. Everything's painted. Now the reason why the hole is there, I don't know. I got a light. I mean, you put a light down there at nighttime, but I never use it. I had this vision where I was going to put a light down there. It shines up with the light off. It looks pretty cool. I have one of those hockey puck lights, but the batteries are dead, and then the hockey puck can stop working because it was a cheap set. It was 4 hockey pucks for $15. But my idea was to put a light down there, and I left it high enough, as you can see from the side, where a hockey puck could fit down there. But we'll get to the diorama in a minute. So the super glue for the Predator's blood, that's glow-in-the-dark acrylic paint, just like the hand. I wrapped it around a hand. That's all that is Not super glue. If I said super glue, I apologize. Hot glue. Hot glue. What am I thinking? Hot glue here. See, it's dripping. Hot glue here. Hot glue over there. And it's glow in the dark. I probably should have put more of it around the base here. And I painted his body up a little more. This came kind of like with green glow in the dark stuff, but I went and bought some more glow in the dark paint and I actually accented more on his body. But this is straight out of the box. I love these Predator figures. I love them. And on top here, we'll start with the top of the diorama. This is one piece. It all comes apart. See, whoops. See, it all comes apart. See, that's all it is. It all comes apart. That way I can put lights in there if I want to, which I did one time, then never did it again. These are all glued down. This is just styrofoam. It's all styrofoam. See here, it's just pink board. It's all it is styrofoam. Back here, this here is just, believe it or not, it's wet dry. I got it from work, free. Wet dry. It's just, it looks like cobblestones or stone, loose stone. I put it sporadically all over the bottom, all over here, all over there. And now at the base down here, this is pastel running down here. Let's see, I'll put it back together here in a minute here. Let me see here. There you go. Okay, see now the water damage, this is all, I cut a hole, like I know I'm skipping all over the place, but I cut a hole inside of it here and I put small pieces of rock inside there. I used a hot gun or needle gun, whatever you want to call it. The white here, all this white stuff, I trialed and aired everything. That is wall spackle, just plain old house wall spackle. Over top, I'd let it dry, and then I cracked it up, and it made it look like an old damaged wall. I do have a tutorial on this, but I never put it together. This thing was kind of a nightmare. I was back and forth what I wanted to do. It goes all the way around, more damaged wall. More damaged wall. It's all damaged. It's all broken up. I meant for it to look like it was just falling apart. As you see here, it's a little, I can put it back. I got a little offset here. I'll fix it in a second. Let me turn it all the way around. All the way around. I know it's kind of hard to see what's going on. This is a piece that I thought to myself, what the hell am I doing? Why am I making this so big? It just didn't seem big when I was trying to put it together. Meaning by thought, not so much physical. Let me see here. Is right here. I'll get him a little bit up here like that. I like kind of leaning back. Kind of like having Predator leaning back. So this is this side. This is a hole I dug in here with a hot wire. Dug a hole down there with that foam. Put some pieces together. Put it there. Back here, it's a big piece of rock sticking out. Some damaged old cemetery is basically what I was going for. Same thing. You can see the streaks of the water damage. That's all pastel. It's not paint. It's just pastel. What I did with the actual cemetery idea, I went with a black and then a brown, then earth brown, then dark brown. Then I went within some really light browns, as you can probably see. Let me try to stop the camera. See the light browns everywhere? All through the light browns. Trying to get a natural... I tell you guys, the natural look for, now let me fix the camera. All right, all right, here we go. I know my background's not big enough. This background's not suited for this piece, but it's okay. It's okay for now. But this is a very big piece. See my hand? My hands aren't that big, but this is a pretty big piece, man, for what I really accomplished to do. I needed the space to do what I wanted to do, but I didn't do it. So I know that didn't make any sense what I just said, I guess, but here we go. Spawn versus Predator with diorama. Chains with wires in them. Hands cut off. Hot glue on the hands with glow-in-the-dark acrylic yellow and bright green, with a hole and some chains coming up. So you can put a hockey puck down there, turn off the lights, and then there's your diorama. If I get a hockey puck to work, I'll do it, but I don't think I have one at the moment. Okay, I found a light, a hockey puck. 2 of them. This is white. That's white, and all you have to do is come down here, push the button. And like I said, you just got in there and pushed a button. This is red. I think the red looks pretty cool. I mean, it could be a stronger light. The white's the best for these pucks. This ain't the best. There's green and red. It's a little more brighter off camera, but you get the idea. Let me see here. That's green, blue. Here's blue. I think the red's probably the best. I mean, they're probably not. This is white, of course, but I think the red's the best. I don't know. There you go. That's probably best is going to get it for here. And also, my room's not completely blackened out or dark because I got the windows behind me with the shades drawn. But outside of that, there it is. That was the idea. It looks pretty cool on the shelf, especially in the camera. You can't tell, but the chains are more. The light's glistering off the chain a little better in person. But that was the idea. That was at least what I was going for. Is it 100% where I needed to be or wanted to be? No, but it turned out pretty cool. All right, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you next one.